Hello again, hello, with all due respect to Neil Diamond, and welcome back to our big, incredibly big 25th Torch News Roundup. Again, this has become a bi-weekly feature since I have all those TV reviews to get out. Check out my recently completed Legends of Tomorrow and Supergirl reviews if you haven't already. And now, on to the news. The Russo brothers gave an interview saying Cap is no longer Cap in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. This has led to rampant speculation that either Bucky or Sam might be donning the costume, or that Steve will be donning his Nomad outfit from the late 70s. Actually, I think this is pretty much a non-story. Obviously, Cap is no longer working for the US government after Civil War, and is probably laying low, and not wearing the costume. Odds are, whenever Thanos shows up to destroy the Earth, Cap will suit up, all will be forgiven, and the status quo will be resumed. I'm actually really excited about this next bit of news. Jon Favreau will be returning to his role of Happy Hogan in Spider-Man Homecoming. When last we saw Happy in Iron Man 3, he was working for Pepper. Does this mean Tony and Pepper are back together? Stay tuned. We've already learned that Superman villain Metallo will be appearing on Supergirl this season. Now we know he'll be played by Frederick Schmidt. The episode description reads, when international assassin John Corbin is badly injured after taking on both Supergirl and Superman, he is reborn by a shadow organization into the kryptonite-powered supervillain Metallo. Sounds, what do the kids say these days? Dope. Another story that has come out that I wanted to get around to is this one. Producers Andrew Kreisberg and Greg Berlanti have revealed that a significant character on one of the 4 DCCW shows will be, quote, exploring their sexuality and coming out this season. They're not saying who or on what show, but I'm going to put on my Sherlock cap now for you and make the deduction. Now, they seem dead set on adding a gay character to every series, and that role has already been filled in most cases. Arrow already has Curtis Holt as a series regular, as well as the recurring Nissa Al Ghul, so I think we can safely discount Arrow. Legends of Tomorrow has Sarah Lance as their de facto LGBTQ character, something I was always against for the character, to be honest, and we're already promised she's getting another girlfriend on the show this season, so that ground's been covered. Over on The Flash, we already have Captain Singh and Pied Piper as recurring characters, and the rest of the core cast is pretty much firmly established as straight. Which leaves Supergirl. Now, a lot of people expect it to be Wynn, but I really hope that's not the case, not only because I think he's the best love interest for Kara, but it puts him in the stereotypical gay best friend role. The biggest hint was that Maggie Sawyer has been cast. Now, Supergirl's big sister Alex didn't really have any romantic storylines last year beyond a brief flirtation with Maxwell Lord. It's also very telling that there is no word as of now of Max returning this season. They seem to have scrapped him in favor of Lena Luthor as Lex Luthor's surrogate. To further support my hypothesis, Shyla Lee has said many times in interviews that what she really wants is to become Batgirl on the show. Now, while that probably will never happen, Maggie Sawyer has been famously romantically involved with Batwoman. What I think will happen is Alex ends up dating Maggie, and eventually a couple seasons down the road, they'll turn Alex into their version of Batwoman. Now, the showrunners have said that they have no plans for Batman to appear in the CW Verse, but Superman was never part of the plan originally either. I honestly wouldn't be surprised to see a member of the Bat family showing up at some point. A bit of news regarding the Captain Marvel movie that made headlines a few weeks ago. Screenwriters plan to change her origin, citing it's too close to Green Lantern's origin. I think it's a lot of baloney. You know they really want to change her origin just so they can get Mar-Vell out of the story, to make her her own woman and all that SJW crap. Why can't they just adapt the thing without all the political propaganda? But Marvel have long been politically correct, so this is hardly surprising. Ben Affleck released a bit of footage online of Deathstroke in costume on the set of the currently filming Justice League movie. A lot of people are running with this as confirmation that Slade will be the lead villain in the upcoming solo Batman film. While I don't mind Deathstroke being in a solo Batman movie, Batman has one of the best rogues galleries in comics, so I'd really rather they go with one or more of his actual villains rather than Slade. I can't say I'm surprised to see Slade in the DCEU, since they yanked him from Arrow. This Deathstroke doesn't look quite as bulky as the Arrow version, but it looks pretty sharp. Greg Berlanti, producer of DC's CW shows, will be working on a new series starring Black Lightning. The show is described thusly. Black Lightning centers on Jefferson Pierce. He made his choice. He hung up the suit and his secret identity years ago. but with a daughter hell-bent on justice and a star student being recruited by a local gang, he'll be pulled back into the fight as the wanted vigilante and DC legend Black Lightning. Apparently, they're shipping the show around, so there's no word yet if it'll land on the CW. One would expect, if it's a Berlanti show, it'll probably exist within the CW universe. We'll just have to wait and see. Well, on the heels of the animated Justice League Dark movie coming out on DVD, we have Dark Universe, which will be directed by Doug Liman, who recently bailed on the long-in-limbo Gambit film, allegedly to star Channing Tatum. The only word on the film at this point is that it'll feature John Constantine, Swamp Thing, Deadman, Zatanna, and Etrigan the Demon as its protagonists. No Emperor in Rogue One. His Highness himself, Ian McDiarmid, confirmed it, saying, "I don't feature in that one myself, but I understand that Darth Vader may be making an appearance." So those of us hoping that the dark-robed figure in the trailer might be old Palps, we'll just have to content ourselves with Vader as our Sith representative. That leads us to our Poll of the Week question for last week. What Star Wars spin-off film would you like to see greenlit? Tied for last place with 6%, A Bad Day for Bothan's film, and A Young Palpatine film. Next in second place with 29% of the vote, a Boba Fett solo film. And in first place with 59% of the vote, an Obi-Wan solo film. That's certainly my choice as well. Remember to like and subscribe and check out the link to my Twitter page in the description below to vote in this week's poll. This is Johnnie Torch reminding you, keep the flame burning brightly, and I'll be with you again real soon.